Good morning. I am Dr. Christine Lee, procrastination coach. Today, I thought I would have a little discussion with you about the 5 top principles for being highly productive. I think that there are some simple rules we can follow on a day-to-day basis so that we can ensure that we have productive days consistently, that we don't have to go through the cycle of we're in a rut and then we kind of inch back up and then we find what that we can focus and then all of a sudden we're in a rut again. I believe that if you use these 5 principles consistently, you can have consistent progress every single day and you can feel like you're a highly productive person. Again, these are very simple rules. So let's start. The first rule is single focus, mono focus. No matter how you call it, it's just focus on one thing. The only way that I believe that we can actually get things done, complete things, is to make sure that our focus is trained in on the one thing that we are focusing on. There are so many distractions these days, and oftentimes we have more than one thing to do in any one particular time slot. But I believe the only way to push everything through to the finish line is to make sure that we have our focus trained, we have our sights set on one thing, and we know that our goal is clear. Our goal is to finish that one thing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, and that saves us a whole lot of time in terms of processing our thoughts while we are getting this one thing done. So for the first tip is super important, focus only on one thing at a time. It may take a little getting used to do this technique, but I promise you it will pay off, and stick with it, stick with your projects until they're completed. The second tip is a little bit more fun, and that is avoid the drama. Maybe it's taking away the fun. Sometimes we get all afluster when we have a big assignment or we feel like our assignment or project is hard, and then we get ramped up. We feel like, oh, this is gonna perhaps risk my reputation or my job or my sense of security with my peers. And that's a whole bunch of drama that will cut your productivity, I think, way down. So you want to get into the habit of being very neutral, very blasé when you're doing your work. You don't want to be like an actor or an actress on stage, center stage. Cut the drama. You'll save yourself a lot of time, and I think you will increase your productivity. The third tip is a very basic productivity tip, which is allow time to be your friend and set a time limit. So let's say you have a really large multi-layered project. You can estimate, and you don't have to be exact, how much time it's going to take you. So let's say it takes you 5 hours, and then you want to note that somewhere on your calendar, in your heart, on your iPhone, on your watch, on your smartphone, and try to stick to that time limit. Let time be a little bit of a controlling framework for you so that you don't let this expand into a 10-hour project unnecessarily. So make sure you set time limits for all of your projects and try to come in under the time that you've set. That's also another sub tip, that we can have time be our friend rather than feeling like we're always behind time, we're always running out of time, we're always chasing time. So tip number 4 is a little bit different than tip number 3. Tip number 3 was set a time limit. Tip number 4 is once you set that time limit, try not to think about time ticking away. It's that obsession with how slow we're moving or how quickly time is moving forward that tends to get us distracted, and it leaves us very far away from the actual creative focus or strategic focus that we need to get the ideas down on paper or onto the laptop screen. We need to allow our minds to be fully open for the ideas to come, and we need to be sharp and focused in order for our work to get done. So stop obsessing about time, but do have a time limit to keep you organized. fifth and final principle I will share with you is super important. Do not connect the process of your work or the outcome of your work with your self-esteem or ego. I beg of you, do not do this, because it makes work so much more burdensome, so much more difficult, so much more daunting. And frankly, it makes it kind of ugly to do. Who would want to do something knowing that they're going to be judged for who they are or their value as a human being? I would say get rid of that habit. We all do it sometimes, but try to, again, be this neutral performer, almost like a robot with a heart, but with a heart that isn't jeopardized by the work that you are doing. That is the biggest tip for just being kind to yourself while you're working and getting good things done. So in summary, you're a rock star. These are the 5 tips. 1, have monofocus, single focus, one thing at a time. 2, no drama when you're working. You're not an actress. You are a steady performer, and you let those kind of intense, dramatic thoughts fly away from you. 3, set an actual time limit so you know what time frame you're working within. 4, ignore time, the sense of time or the feeling of time when you're actually in that creative space of working. And 5, do not associate your work with your self-esteem. It's just work. It needs your attention and focus and discipline and effort, but it does not require you to feel terrified or to feel like your ego is on the line. That just is not what is supposed to be happening. All right. Hope you enjoyed this live. I'm enjoying doing them. Please follow me if you aren't already on my website, procrastinationcoach.com. Visit me there for lots of free resources. There's a link below this video so that you can sign up for the blog and those resources. I also want to let you know that in the middle of April 2019, I'm going to be reopening the doors to my membership program. We get together every week for coaching from me live and work sprints together. It has changed the lives of the members, and everyone is a productivity rock star. They're implementing the principles that I'm teaching. They are helping each other. They are sharing wins with each other, and they have shed that extra layer and burden of procrastination. So I invite you to sign up for the wait list for that program. I'll also drop that link below this video. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you next week, Tuesday at 10 on Facebook, my Facebook page. Bye.